Good morning, dear children. We can start new lesson work energy and problem. Sorry, work energy and power. Okay. Actually, in the previous chapter, the problems are remaining. That thing we can do on next class. Okay. So we can start work energy and power. Actually, in everyday life, we consider some useful physical and mental labor as work. That thing you can consider activities like a man moving on a staircase, then a student is actually studying, and a man carrying a heavy load on his head or carrying weight. Okay, actually, in all the above activities, we see that a person involved in doing lots of mental and physical labor. Okay, when a student is studying during exam time, students are working hard. Okay, that time actually they are involved in a lots of mental and physical labor. Is it? We see that all are doing work. Okay, we may say that all are doing work, but but interestingly, in terms of science, they are merely doing work. Okay, that means they are not doing any work at all. Okay, even though they are studying up to 12 o'clock, we can say in terms of science, they are not doing any work. So we can say the meaning of work in science is actually different from the meaning that we used in our day-to-day life. Listen it. The meaning of work in science is actually different from the meaning in everyday life. Actually, in this chapter, we will discuss the term work scientifically. The activities like a student is studying, or you're typing something in the computer, or the writing book by the author. Actually, in all these things they are doing a lot of work, but in terms of science, we can say they are not doing any work. Okay, suppose a boy pulling a wall. Is there any movement on the wall? Actually, no. Okay, even though after some time the boy get tired, that means he's doing actually he's doing a lot of work. Okay, but in terms of science, we can say he's not doing any work. Okay, and you can consider some activities like a boy actually going to market uh, and come to home by bicycle. Isn't it? A boy going to the market from there, he's coming to home on bicycle. Okay, then we can pull a table from one corner to the other end of the corner. Then lifting a heavy load by a boy. Then a horse pulls a cart. In all these cases, actually, we can say work is said to be done. Okay, when a horse pulls a cart and when a boy pulls a table from one corner to the other end of the corner, then a boy lifting a heavy load actually. In all these cases, we can say the work is said to be done. Listen it. Actually, in all these activities, the two things are common. Do you know that thing? In all the examples I said here, two things are actually common here. What are the two things that are actually common actually? Suppose when a horse pulls a cart, or when a boy lifts a heavy load, here the two things are actually common. The one is actually the force. Okay, one is actually the force, and the second is the displacement or the movement. Okay, these things are actually common in all the above said activities. Okay, the force and displacement. Listen it. Actually, it means that a force is applied and the body moves in the direction of force. Okay, then we say that the work is done. It means that when a force is applied and the body moves, then when we say that the work is done. Okay, when we apply a force and the body moves, so we can say work is done. Work is said to be done whenever a force acts on a body and the body moves through some distance in the direction of force. Okay, how we can say work is said to be done? Actually, work is said to be done whenever a force acts on a body and the body moves through some distance in the direction of force. You know, when we apply force in that direction only, object moves. So here I am applying a force on this duster. Here actually I am applying force in this direction. That direction only the duster is moving. So work is said to be done whenever a force acts on a body and the body moves through some distance in the direction of force. Listen to it. Work is said to be done whenever a force acts on a body and the body moves through some distance in the direction of force. Listen to it. So you can say what are the necessary conditions for work is done. What are the necessary conditions? First is a force should act on the body. A force acts on the object or body and the point of application of force moves in the direction of the force. Okay, the point of application of force that moves in the direction of force. Okay, so also we can say the work done mainly depends on the force and displacement. Okay, the work done actually depends on the force and displacement. So here are the necessary conditions for the work is done is first the force acts on the body and the point of application of force that moves in the direction of force. Next the measurement of work done. Next actually measurement of work done. Then how we can measure the work done. Okay, this can be work done can be measured in two ways. First we can consider the force and displacement are in the same direction, that is F force and displacement are in the same direction. Then how we can measure force. Okay, the first is the force and displacement are acting in the same direction. Here we have a block like this. We are applying a force F and the block moves. Okay, here we are applying force like this. Okay, so in this direction the object, that block, moves. So here the force and displacement are acting in the same direction. Then how we can measure work done? And here the work done can be measured as the product of force and displacement. Okay, that is force into displacement. Work done can be measured as the product of force and displacement. So we can write W is equal to F into S. This is the way of measurement of work done when the force and displacement are acting in the same direction. Okay, here we are applying a force F on a block and a block moves in the direction of force through a distance S. So how we can measure the work done? The work done can be measured as the product of force and distance moved in the direction of force. So work done equal to force in displacement, or W equal to F into S. This is the measurement of work done if the force and displacement are in the same direction. Next, the force and displacement are inclined to some angle. Then how we can measure work done? The force and displacement are inclined to some angle. Then how we can measure work done? Isn't it? Here actually the force acting in this direction and the displacement of the object is like this. So the angle between the force and displacement is actually theta. Then actually work done is equal to, how we can measure work done? Work done is equal to the component of force in the direction of displacement. We have to take the component of force. Okay, component of force in the direction of displacement. Okay, in the direction of displacement into what? Actually magnitude of displacement. Okay, magnitude of displacement. In this way we can measure the work done. Listen to it. Suppose if the force and displacement are inclined to some angle, then the work done can be measured as the product of component of force in the direction of displacement and magnitude of displacement. Okay, component of force in the direction of displacement and magnitude of force. So we can write work done equal to component of force in the direction of displacement into magnitude of displacement. Here the component of force in the direction of displacement is actually F cos theta. Okay, the horizontal component is actually F cos theta. So we can write W is equal to F cos theta into displacement S, and this thing can be written as Fs cos theta. Fs cos theta, AB cos theta can be written as A dot B. So, how we can write Fs cos theta can be written as F dot S. So, we can say work done is the dot product of force and displacement. So, in vector form W is equal to vector F dot vector S. Okay, the work done can be written as the or measured as the dot product of force and displacement. Isn't it? Here, if the force and displacement are inclined to some angle, then the work done can be measured as the component of force in the direction of displacement into magnitude of displacement. And here the component of force in the direction of displacement is actually F cos theta. So, F cos theta into displacement is S. This thing can be written as Fs cos theta. So, Fs cos theta can be written as F dot S. So, the work done W is equal to F dot S. That is, the work done is the dot product of force and displacement. Next, unit of work. Okay, the equation for work W is equal to F into S. That thing you know. You know the unit of force. Actually, it is Newton. Then unit of displacement is what? Meter. So, Newton meter is the unit of work. Actually, this unit is otherwise called joule. Okay, frequently we are using the unit joule as the unit of work done. Okay, then what is SI unit of joule? Work done, joule. Okay, then we can say Newton meter or joule is the SI unit of work. Okay, work is a scalar quantity. That thing work is a scalar quantity. Isn't it? And using this equation, we can define 1 joule. Okay, that is 1 joule of work is equal to 1 Newton into 1 meter. Okay, 1 joule of work. Okay, when does actually the amount of work done become 1 joule? Suppose if a force of 1 Newton that causes a displacement of 1 meter, then the work done is 1 joule. Isn't it? If a force of 1 Newton that causes a displacement of 1 meter, okay, that is by applying a force of 1 Newton force, the object moves through a distance of 1 meter, then the work done is actually 1 joule. Okay, if the force of 1 Newton that displaces the body through 1 meter, then the work done is actually 1 joule. Okay. Next, about types of work. Okay, we can have 3 different types of work. The first is the positive work, and second is the negative work, and third is the zero work. Okay, we can have 3 different types of work: positive work, negative work, and zero work. Okay, positive work, negative work, and zero work. We'll see about positive work. How we can say the work done is positive. Okay. See, suppose a horse pulls a cart. In which direction the cart will move? In which direction the horse pulls the cart, in that direction only the cart will move. Isn't it? That is, when we apply a force in that direction only, suppose if that direction only that object moves, then we can say the work done is positive. Isn't it? Suppose if a horse pulls a cart, the cart moves in the direction of what? In what direction the horse applies force, in that direction only the cart will move. Listen it. In that case, work done is actually positive. That means, suppose I am applying a force like this. Okay, that means here I am applying force from left to right. Okay, so this duster moves towards right. In this case, actually, the work done is positive. That is, the force and displacement are acting in the same direction. Force and displacement are in the same direction. Okay, then we can say the work done is positive. Okay, the force and displacement are acting in the same direction, then the work done is positive. Listen to it. We can consider another example when we drop an object downward. Okay, here the object moves downward and the force force of gravitation, that is also acting vertically downward. So here the work done by the gravitational force is positive. The work done by the gravitational force is actually positive. Okay, when we drop an object downward, the work done by the gravitational force is positive because the force and displacement are in the same direction. And when we lift an object upward, here the work done by the lifting force is taken as positive because the displacement and the work done by the lifting force, that or the lifting force is acting in the same direction. The displacement and the lifting force are acting upward. So the work done by the lifting force is actually taken as positive. Isn't it? That is actually the positive work. Here, since this force and displacement are acting in the same direction, then what is the angle theta actually? These two are parallel. So the angle is actually 0 degree. Okay. In the case of positive work, the angle between the force and displacement is 0 because they are acting in the same direction. So we can have W is equal to, Fs cos theta. Fs cos theta, actually it is Fs, what is angle cos 0? You know the value of cos 0, actually it is 1. So we got Fs, actually it is positive. Okay, this is expression for positive work. W is equal to Fs. Listen it. In the case of positive work, the force and displacement are acting in the same direction. Suppose when we lift an object upward, the work done by the lifting force is actually positive. And when we drop an object downward, the work done by the gravitational force is positive because these two are acting in the same direction, that is in the downward direction. Suppose when we pull an object, the work done is actually positive because the pulling force and the displacement of the object are in the same direction. Listen it. Here these two are acting along the same direction. So the angle theta between them is actually 0. So W is equal to Fs cos theta, and Fs theta stands for 0. So Fs cos 0. Then what is the value of cos 0? Actually it is 1. So we got the expression for positive work, W as F into S. Okay, got it? The next about the negative work. Next we can see the negative work. Second case, I think all these things are you have learned in 9th standard actually. Negative work. Okay, negative work. Suppose when we slide an object like this, against the moment of the object, there is the frictional force acting in the opposite direction. This is actually the object moving, that is direction of displacement, and this is the direction of force. The frictional force is acting in the opposite direction. Listen to it. Here the force and displacement are in opposite direction. In that case, the work done is actually negative. If the force and displacement are acting in the opposite direction, then the work done is negative. Suppose when we slide an object, then there is a frictional force acting in the opposite direction. So here the work done by the frictional force is actually negative. Listen to it. Also when we throw an object upward, the object moves upward by the gravitational force is in the downward direction. Here the work done by the gravitational force in this case is actually negative. When an object, the object is thrown upward, it moves in the upward direction, but the gravitational force is in the downward direction. That thing you know. So here the force and displacement are opposite direction. So the work done by the gravitational force is actually negative. Isn't it? And here these two are actually anti-parallel. So the angle between these two is actually obtuse, that is 180 degree. So when the force and displacement are acting in the opposite direction, the angle between them is actually 180 degree. So we can measure the work W is equal to Fs cos theta, that is equal to Fs cos 180. You know the value of cos 180. What is the value of cos 180? Actually it is minus 1. So we got minus F into S. This is the expression for negative work. W is equal to minus Fs. W is equal to minus negative F into S. That is actually the negative work. If the force and displacement are acting in the opposite direction, then the work done is said to be negative. Suppose if you throw an object upward, the work done by the gravitational force is negative. And if an object, when we slide an object, there is a frictional force acting in the opposite direction. And so here the work done by the frictional force is taken as negative. Here actually the force and displacement are acting in the opposite direction. And what is the angle between them? Theta equal to 180 degree. So we can write W is equal to Fs cos theta. Then cos 180 is actually minus 1. So we got minus Fs. That is the expression for negative work. W is equal to minus Fs. Okay, all of you got it? That is about negative work. Next we can see about zero work. When we can say the work done is actually zero. Okay, zero work. Okay, we can say suppose the force acting on an object is zero, then the work done is also zero. Okay, also the displacement of the object is zero, then the work done is actually zero. Suppose if you push a ball, that ball does not move. In that case, displacement of the ball is zero, so the work done is also zero. Also, if the force and displacement are perpendicular to each other, if the force and displacement are perpendicular to each other, that means when theta becomes 90 degree, in that case only, in that case also the work done is zero. Okay, what are the conditions where the work done is actually zero? When the force acting on an object is zero, then the work done is zero. If the displacement of the object is zero, then the work done also become zero. Also, if the force and displacement are acting at perpendicular to each other, or the angle between the force and displacement is 90 degree, then the work done is zero. Okay, let us consider an example for the theta become 90 degree. See, suppose if an object moves along a circular path. Okay, that thing you know. Okay, then in order to move an object to take a circular path, it needs a centripetal force. You know, the direction of centripetal force is always towards the center along the radius. Actually, this is the direction of centripetal force. And the displacement of the object is along the tangent in this direction. Okay, the displacement is in this direction. So here the angle between the force and displacement is actually 90 degree. So the work done by the centripetal force in this case is actually zero. Listen to it. If an object moves along a circular path, the work done by the centripetal force is zero. Okay, that is when an object in uniform circular motion, the work done by the centripetal force is actually zero, because here the angle between the force and displacement is actually 90 degree. Listen to it. We can consider another example. Suppose if a man carries a heavy load on his head and moving in this horizontal direction. Okay, that is in order to lift this load, that man has to apply a force equal to the weight of that load. Okay, that is actually in this direction. Okay, that is a man carrying a heavy load on his head and walks in the horizontal direction. Here also the force, the angle between the force and displacement is actually zero. So here the work done is what? Actually it is zero. Okay, the work done is actually zero here. That is about the zero work. Okay, then what are the necessary conditions for the work done to be zero? If the force acting on an object is zero, then the work done is zero, and the displacement of the object is zero, then also the work done zero, and also the force and displacement are acting at right angles to each other or perpendicular, or the angle between the force and displacement is 90 degree, then the work done is zero. Listen to it. Then can you say examples for when an object is in uniform circular motion, the work done by the centripetal force is actually zero, because the angle between the force and displacement is zero. Or a man carrying a heavy load on his head and walking in the horizontal direction, in that case also the work done is zero. Okay, all of you got it? Okay, these are the different types of work. Okay children, what are the things that we learned today's class? First we learned about work. Okay, the work is said to be done by a force. When we apply a force on an object and the object moves in the direction of force, then we can say the work is done. Okay, then how we can measure work? Work done can be measured as the product of force and displacement. That is W equal to F into S. Suppose if the force and displacement are inclined to some angle, we can measure work done as the dot product of force and displacement. That is W is equal to F dot S. Listen to it. Then what are the factors that depends work? What are the factors on which the work done depends? The force and the displacement. Okay. Then what is the SI unit of work actually? Joule. Okay. Then what is 1 joule? If we apply 1 Newton, the body displaces through a distance of 1 meter, then the work done is actually 1 joule. Listen to it. Then we learn different types of work, the positive, negative and zero work. In the case of positive work, the force and displacement are acting in the same direction. So the angle between them is actually 0. So we got W is equal to Fs. If the force and displacement are acting in the opposite direction, the work done is negative. So here actually the angle between them is 180 degree. So we got W is equal to minus Fs. Okay. Then what is zero work? If the force acting on an object is 0, the work done is 0. And if the displacement of the object is 0, then the work done is 0. Also the force and displacement are perpendicular to each other, or the angle between the force and displacement is 90 degree, then the work done is 0. Isn't it? That is about different types of work. Okay children, that is the end of today's class. Thank you.